that the loadmasters open the troop side doors on both the left and the right side. The pilots will take the throttles, put them into reverse, and begin to back up to demonstrate the capability that the C-17 has to land on a short field runway, back up, unload any of its cargo, whether they be pallets, personnel, or equipment, and be off the ground within under 5 minutes.
That ability to back up the aircraft, folks, allows them to really get into some tight spots. They can almost do if you will, three-point park the aircraft like you would parking your car, moving it back and forth. They can do that with this aircraft.
We can. The other thing that we have is the ability to do those three-point turns and to back up, which allows us, like you said, to get into locations that most airplanes this size wouldn't even think of.
Now, as he comes in, watch at the exact point where he touches down, and then let's see how far he rolls for the aircraft to get stopped. He's going to be jumping on those carbon disc brakes that Captain Millman was telling you about, and that generates some serious heat.
That's right. If you look along the runway, he's going to touch down, and within about 1,200, 1,300 feet, 350,000 pounds will come to a stop. There's 1,000. Now you can see under the wings, the troop doors are opening. You can hear the reverse thrusters, you can even see the thrust. And the plane is now going to back up at about 5 knots. At this time, the pilot is listening on headset to the two loadmasters, getting coordination and directions, more towards 1, more towards 4, referring to the engines. The co-pilot's head is actually down right now, loading up the secondary flight plan, ready to get the plane to take off.
Flown fairly light today. As you mentioned earlier, there was a lot of fuel, 35,500 gallons on board, and we did the math last night and figured out if you took it to your local car gasoline pump at about 10 gallons a minute, the rate you normally fill your car, it would take 2.5 days at the gas pump to fill this C-17 full of fuel.
That's right. Another number that's astounding to think of, but it also adds into the capability, is that for 1 hour of flight, we burn more jet fuel than your car will use in 1 year. So the C-17 is coming up to taxiway Delta. They're going to be exiting and coming front row center for all of you. If anyone has any questions, we actually have 2 C-17s that are on display. One to the north, here the B-52, which allows for cockpit tours. We also have aircrew members, pilots, and loadmasters alike, ready to answer any of your questions that you may have. And we also have another C-17 loaded up just in front of the base tower. And that one actually has some